Hey everyone, welcome to All Consuming Podcast. This is Core Values number 26. Almost forgot the number there. We've done so many. But today, I got a couple songs, but I don't have Tyler. I have somebody else. I have Jordan Hatch from a band called Immortal Construct. And Jordan, you want to introduce yourself? What do you do in the band? And
yeah, what's up everybody? I'm Jordan. I'm the vocalist for Immortal Construct. I do some guitar as well, but none of those takes end up in the final product.
You do,
but I do write. I do a lot of the breakdowns and two-step type of stuff that, of course, isn't out yet because we just have a 5-song EP out. We're about to hit our 1-year anniversary in about 6 days.
I was gonna say it's been about a year since Tyler and I talked to you, and we went through that EP song by song.
That's crazy. It's already been a year.
Yeah, time flies. It really does.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're very slow at cranking stuff out. I apologize.
Hey, I'd rather have take your time, make it right.
You only get one shot to release something polished, so it's never good to rush.
There's some bands, especially there's solo bands, just one guy, and they'll put out 2 albums a year, full 10 songs. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, either you're either super talented or it's just good enough, ship it, next song.
Yeah.
But anyway, so today we're just gonna go through what Tyler and I do, and I already sent you the songs. We're gonna go through, I think we have 6-ish songs, and then an encore at the end, and you ready to jump in?
Plan. I'm ready.
All right,
let's do it.
So the first song we're doing is Intercessor. They're doing a full album, right?
Yes, full album.
Yeah, and so they have 6 singles out now. So they're doing what Memphis May Fire did, where it's one song a month for a year, and at the end it's here's your album. But it's working for them. I mean, they're getting a lot of traction and stuff. So.
I know. When they told me that, because we were chatting on Instagram, I was like, dude, you guys are crazy for doing it this way. But every month, I am looking forward to their next release.
Yeah.
And it's got me on the edge of my seat waiting for that drop.
Trying to see if their video is going to be funny. Are they going to do something serious?
Those guys got social media down, dude.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
We can all learn some things from them.
So the song they released is called Disillusionist, and let's check it out. Did you listen to their EP back in the day before this stuff came out?
I came in once they started dropping their singles from this.
It's quite different.
It is. So I did go back and listen. Big fan of their new stuff.
Yeah.
It's just more my genre.
Yeah. So what would you call this genre?
I would call it gent.
Is it?
That's what I would call it, but I'm probably wrong. It's probably just metalcore, because metalcore is everything.
Tyler and I are wrong all the time.
Yeah.
So people will message us and say, actually, that's not metal. That's, yeah.
They are riff masters.
Really? Yep.
My guitarist is foaming at the mouth every time he hears this band. So sick.
And I really like that guy's shirt in the band, the Phineas.
Yeah.
With that Ferrari. Is that what that is? Lamborghini? It's like an 80s,
Yeah.
power metal shirt.
Is this the first clean singing that they've dropped?
I was just thinking that. That in the background, echoey.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of the first songs where they have synth and stuff going on too.
Yeah, I like that. Stranger Things feel.
Reminds me of Born of Osiris.
Yep.
Little choir in the back. It's got some good atmosphere.
It's like symphonic gent core.
Yeah. Ooh.
What's he saying?
I wish I knew.
That's not clean singing though. He's screaming. Lots of reverb.
There's no way to pull up lyrics on Spotify and PC.
Not unless they upload the lyrics. So they haven't added them. And I know some bands that have uploaded lyrics and they're like on a 2-month waiting list. So it has to be like approved and stuff.
It takes a little while, I have noticed that. Intercessor, get on that, man. We need more lyrics.
Yeah. Some of us like lyrics.
It's like one of the most important things for me.
Yeah. I still think my favorite song they've done so far is The Price is Physical.
That one's really good. I think for me is Monolith.
Is that the one where like the high-pitched sounds go back and forth?
Probably. I feel like that's all their songs.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. All right. So that's Intercessor. Always got good stuff dropping. Everybody go check them out. I think
Keep it up, boys.
I think they're going to have a good... I think they're going to be big when their full thing drops. But
I think they're highly underrated and they need more attention. They're great.
Yep. That's basically our whole podcast. We just talk about underrated bands.
Yeah.
So up next, Diamonds to Dust dropped, I believe, their EP. It's only 4 songs. I don't.
Is it the full EP or are they doing something similar where they're just kind of?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know.
Somebody fact check us.
Yeah. Somebody message me and tell me. So playing the latest song called Temporary Affliction. And I've really been enjoying Diamonds to Dust's latest stuff they've been dropping. Like this.
I really like Christian's range. He's a good vocalist.
Yeah. Especially like when he's like a guest on another song. I'm like waiting for him to show up, you know?
I don't know who the feature is in this one.
Me neither. But I'm also not huge in like deathcore in general, so
Okay.
I'm sure someone out there that knows deathcore is like, oh yeah,
They're out
that guy.
I used to love deathcore and then I kind of fell out of it. I still really like it. It's not my primary genre.
Like that scream right there is crazy. When he hits like low and high, it's weird. I assume that's Bobby.
I watched the video once.
Man, I never watch the video until someone's like, you have to go watch it.
Really?
Yeah, just because
I love music
I'm always
videos.
doing something else while listening to
Gotcha.
music, you know? Maybe Bobby's the guitarist here.
Is this the Christian Lorna Shore? I feel like that's what I hear.
That's all I ever hear. Yeah.
I don't disagree. It's probably the closest thing to.
Yeah. At least it's consistent. There's bands out there that drop like 2 songs, and it's like, yeah, that sounds like it. But if you tell them, go check out this band, they're like, where's the rest of it?
Yeah. Didn't these guys used to be super like metalcore, like a lot softer?
Yeah, I think they even used to have a female vocalist. It's even further back.
Okay.
I could understand that.
You could or couldn't?
Could.
His lows like that are my favorite.
Yeah, I'd like to see them live to see how that translates.
Yeah. Diamonds of Dust. Come to California and Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, these dudes are so heavy.
Mm-hmm. They're doing great, man. They're getting some good publicity and stuff. They're up there.
I know some people that are like, check out this Christian band. And then someone's got to mention that Christian's Catholic. And they're like, oh, they're not actually a Christian band. They're a Catholic band. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, moving on. Diamonds to Dust. Keep it up. Can't wait to hear more. Confessions of a Traitor. So, I was super into them when their new album dropped on Face Down. And Tyler had a hard time getting into them until we saw them live in Portland. And new song out. It's like their 3rd new single. I'm hoping for a new album soonish. But yeah, this one's pretty interesting. It's called Doomsayer.
Let's do it.
And I don't know who the featured band is. Exist Immortal?
They're ripping us off, dude. I'm just kidding.
If it was like Exist Construct. I can definitely hear his like British accent though.
I can't hear accents with screaming or singing.
I can with this guy.
Okay.
Well, plus the way he screams sometimes, it's like a talk that goes into a scream, or a scream that ends in a talking voice.
Sure. Is that the lead vocalist singer?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. Super friendly.
Nice.
Easy to talk to.
Yep. Meet Your Maker gets to play with these guys a lot too, huh?
Do they?
I think they've played a few times here.
I don't pay attention unless they come to the States.
What's that?
I don't pay attention to their tours unless they come to the States.
Yeah.
Well, really, I just scroll through the list. I don't see Washington on the list. I'm like, I don't care. I think the chorus kind of keeps it in the metalcore realm. The rest of it's like super heavy.
That beginning was heavier than anything I've heard from them before. swim for the rocks. I don't hear it.
You
though.
don't?
I don't.
I hear it clearly. See, I want the lyrics to kind of see what the message of this is, you know? They're pretty, you know, we were talking before we were recording about bands that have kind of cryptic messages. I feel like they kind of do.
Yeah.
Some are pretty obvious.
I like a good mix. Imagery, poetry, and just straight scripture, biblical concepts that are very plain to understand.
I love it. I think it sounds great.
Yeah, that was sick. Well done, boys.
So, up next. So, I covered this band. Tyler and I covered this band a few, 4 episodes ago. So, 2 months ago. I still don't know how to pronounce the band. Rekak? I don't know.
That's what it looks like it.
Yeah, so they're like a 2-man band.
Okay.
There's a 15-year-old guitarist and a 36-year-old vocalist.
Okay.
But I'm like, I don't know. The cousins, uncles, father, son? That'd be a,
Father, son?
I don't know. Anyway, this song's called Testimony. And I remember adding it to the playlist, but I don't remember how heavy it is or what. So let's get to it. The song's called Testimony.
I remember there's some like more punk hardcore like stuff somewhere in here.
Their first song
in this list.
Oh yeah, the next 2 bands are definitely hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah, their song before this was very genty and kind of caught you by surprise.
Okay.
And it kind of started the same way. Slow build.
They're building the scene right now.
Gotta get in the mood.
Mm-hmm. I love those little guitar effects.
Something scratching your eardrum.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wish the vocals were more forward.
Like mixed different.
Mm-hmm. Just louder, I guess. Because I think they're awesome. But then that guitar tone would be hidden. That super chunky.
Yeah, these tones, these effects are very interesting. I like it.
For being how heavy and aggressive it is, like, it feels pretty chill.
Yeah, like the tempo is, it's a mellow tempo, but it's like heavy the whole time.
Yeah. I just don't think I can lift weights to this,
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that BPM? Like, that's actually really slow.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think what this reminds me of.
Reminds you of Rekak. it's a pretty fun one. But
yeah, there's a lot of intricate things that they're doing there. Like, it was a good production. I liked it.
So up next, Identify the Body. Are you familiar with this band?
I looked at their Spotify today, and I saw it was the current and old vocalist of With Blood Comes Cleansing, right?
Yep.
I will say, I listened to the song. I miss Old Blood, With Blood Comes Cleansing's highs, and I thought they were going to be here.
Nope. It's interesting because it's like these two deathcore dudes get together to make hardcore music.
Yeah.
It's like group shout and, two-stepping. But it's a very different sound for what you'd expect the two of them. But I think this is their third song that they've released. So this song's called False Prophets.
I will pour out my spirit in these days.
Some Maddie.
Kingdom proclaimed.
I will pour out my spirit in these days. The end is coming. Kingdom proclaimed. I will pour
Very outspoken lyrics, like in your face faith.
I really like this type of metal. Like, I do lean more into the hardcore side.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. It's fun to play, and it's fun to watch or listen to.
I think it's more like this kind of music kind of calls for the crowd to be part of the show.
Then that's the best.
Yeah, those are the best shows to go to. Like metalcore, watching August Burns Red is amazing. I love watching them. But sometimes I'm like, do I want to get in the pit, or do I want to watch, JB stand up there and play the guitar, But hardcore bands, it's like, let's go,
Right, so the vocalist right now, is that current or old?
Old. All vocals is Michael Sasser.
Okay. Damn, it sounds so different then.
Yeah, and he did clean singing on one of the other songs, and I was like, who did that?
I like his voice, though. Like, he does this well.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Two-step in time.
Love it.
So the current vocalist, Robert Manzone. Man, it took me a minute to figure that out. I got to hang out with him at Furnace Fest a bunch.
Nice.
He basically joined because he's on our Discord server. So whenever we did meetups and stuff, he's like, "Let's go, I'll be there." So chatted with him a bunch, and yeah, he was super surprised that Sasser could do hardcore music like this. But
is he in Searching Serenity?
Yeah, he's the guy in Searching Serenity. Yeah.
Oh, it's a one-man thing?
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, he did that for a while,
Was that before With Blood Comes Cleansing?
Yeah, so I think his most recent album he dropped with Searching Serenity was announced. It came out sometime after he announced that he was going to be taking over with Blood, so...
Nice.
But and I don't know if he also does With Blood Comes Cleansing's production and stuff, but he does it all himself.
Nice.
And so, he's got a good ear for the deathcore stuff, and so this hardcore stuff, it's I feel like with his name on it, it feels very tame compared to like deathcore, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he's doing the instruments and
the production. Yep.
Gotcha.
Sasser's just doing vocals.
Okay. Cool.
As far as I know, Robert's done no vocals.
Okay.
I haven't asked about this song, but yep, interesting group of dudes.
Yeah, I dig it.
So our last one for core values before we get to Encore. So Tyler and I actually got sponsored to represent this album last week. It's actually out now. The band's called Take. Album's called Time Bomb, and I super love it. Like, there's so many songs on this, and they range from like, they have a song that sounds like, I don't know, As I Lay Dying, like guitar wise, and very metalcore, and then they have songs that are very hardcore punk. And this one leans more on the hardcore punk with a lot of like talking, a lot of speeches. But I loved Abandoned when I got to hear it early, and it's just one of the songs that stuck out to me.
So this album is out, correct?
Yep, it came out on the 8th.
Is this your favorite song?
Probably. There's another one on here that I really like. I mean, I love their cover of Nine Inch Nails, Head Like a Hole. All of these guys' covers, like whenever Take does a cover, like they did a Creed song,
Yeah.
What If? And like, I don't know, when a band does a cover, if it sounds exactly like the original, I don't want to hear it. You know, like I want to hear like what happens if you guys wrote this song. What would it sound like? You know,
I absolutely see both sides of that.
Well, I think the biggest thing, like if you can do it really close. So like, I know you guys covered something earlier this year.
Yeah,
I'm not,
we did,
but
This Calling.
Yeah. So like, Memphis May Fire did a Linkin Park song when everyone was doing Linkin Park, and I was like, man, if this sounds exactly like it, I'm gonna hate it. And it did sound exactly like it until except they added a breakdown, which I thought was like super cool, and I was like, sweet, I like this version now. Nice. But I don't know, I'd like if it's like exactly like how the band does it, but it sounds like, you know, like you guys. It sounds like Immortal Construct. I like that. But like, I don't want to get negative here. Diamonds to Dust covered a song recently that sounds exactly like vocal inflection, everything exactly like the original 3 Days Grace song. And I was just like, man, I just can't get into this because all I hear is the original vocalist.
Yeah.
And someone doing another version, you know, like, I don't know. I like people to take chances, but at the same time, you know, there are bands that take chances, and it's like, what have you done? This is the worst thing in the world. So here I am complaining and about both sides, but I like both sides. But anyway, their version
I will say
Nine Inch Nails is good.
I'll have to check that out. Freaking Wolves at the Gate, dude. Their cover album.
Yeah, so good.
I love it.
Every song on that album I've enjoyed.
That band's fantastic.
Like I heard, so their cover of Heathens by 21 Pilots. I've listened to that so much, like their version. It's like on my kids' playlist because my kids were like, "Oh, I love this song. Add it." I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
So the regular 21 Pilots song came on, and I was like, "This doesn't sound right. Like this sounds so wrong. It sounds not as heavy." Like anyway, my brain's grown to prefer Wolves at the Gates version.
What's the song? What's my favorite on there? Oh, they did Linkin Park too.
Yep, their version of Linkin Park's good too.
Man, where is it? Pardon Me, dude.
Oh yeah,
the Incubus song. Oh my gosh, such a good cover.
Yep,
love it. Okay.
Yeah, I think Steve's voice is like that, you know, grunge rock from the 90s. Like it perfectly fits that sound, like, you know, early Thrice kind of sounding stuff.
Yeah.
But I've also enjoyed their other EP from back in the day of all the covers, Back to School.
They got another one, dude? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's called Back to School EP. They did a Blindside song. They did Thrice.
Okay.
And two more.
How long ago is this? This is like old.
I'm going to say 2009, 10, 11.
Band for that long?
I mean...
Wow.
All right, I'll use my Google machines here.
We have the technology.
It's literally at our fingertips. All right, so we got Wolves at the Gate. I'm going to go to EPs. It's got a big old school bus on it. Right there, Back to School, 2013. So they did Deadbolt, Thrice, Understanding in a Car Crash. And why can't I remember who that is? Oh, Thursday. And then they did Blindside Sleepwalking, which is amazing. And they did
I don't think I've ever heard that song before.
Planning a Prison Break. Oh, you need to look at this right here. Blindside.
What genre is that?
Well, so Blindside Silence is their like they toured the world with POD when they did release Satellite.
Okay.
So it's kind of new metal, rock, some very Christian undertones. Their main song, Pitiful, is literally about looking at Jesus dying on the cross and us looking away and being like, we're ashamed that happened, but it's our sins that are up there.
Yeah.
But it's like super metaphorical, and you don't know that. Like,
gotcha.
So him playing that song on Jay Leno got me like stoked.
Very cool.
So anyway, back to the podcast, I guess.
Back to Abandoned by Take.
That's right. That's what we're playing.
That's what we're doing.
Let me get it started. Talk about covers forever.
Yeah.
So this is their more, I'd say, hardcore song on the album.
The crowd's already circle pitting.
Or at least, like, angry two-steps. Yeah, and it starts so heavy. So good.
Is this one of their heavier songs, or you
No.
said it's more punk-like? Okay.
Yeah, because of this part where he talks, it's not that heavy.
I've been thinking a lot about that night.
So when I heard this earlier, it reminded me of Maddie's like spoken word album,
Yes.
which is not bad. Like I like it sounds good.
It's like early War of Ages. He used to talk
Got it.
right before a breakdown or something. But I like dynamic songs that build and chill out and keep my attention.
You showed me that no matter the amount of pain, with you all things are possible. Praise you! Through all the heartache, I wouldn't change a thing. You took me and molded me. Praise you! That pain made my faith stronger. The pain brought me hope. You didn't abandon me.
Love it. Love it. Gives me goosebumps. Yeah, and these guys are so outspoken.
I like their album art on this one. This one's cool.
The wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah. Literally the wolf in sheep's
Yeah,
skin. Like,
literally.
Literally, yeah.
I don't know, man. It looks kind of scary for a Christian album.
I mean, so they sent me the vinyl to check out early.
Yeah.
And I showed it to my wife, and she's like, don't let our kids see you spinning that on the record table. Like, yeah, there's like sheep in the background with their throat slit, you know. It's
Oh, dang.
it's like
It kind of gives me Every Time I Die vibes.
yeah,
I don't know if you've listened to them before.
I did.
They
I listen to Every Time I Die because of the drama between them and Norma Jean.
I have no knowledge of that whatsoever.
I still don't understand it either, so I just know that it was like, if Norma Jean's at Furnace Fest, we won't be there. So they didn't come. And then they ended up breaking up, forming all those other bands. What is that? What's that?
Is Furnace Fest, is that a Christian festival?
No, so one of the guys that ran it. It's over now, right? or whatever it's going to become after this.
Was it a one-time thing, or has this been like a Warped Tour type of situation?
All right, I'll give you the rundown.
Give me the
20 years ago, a group of guys
long
in
time.
Birmingham, Alabama got together and said, hey, let's make a festival. Some of them owned record companies. One of them owned a record company called Strike First Records. He signed a band you may have heard of called Under Oath.
I've never heard of them.
Yep. So...
That's a joke.
Yeah, I know. They did this festival for about 4 years, and they ended up just like, I don't know, ran out of money, fizzled out, whatever. 4 years went by. That guy, Chad Johnson, man, my brain. It's like, almost forgot his name. Chad Johnson. He went to work for Solid State and Tooth and Nail as the A&R guy, the main recruiter. So he got to meet a ton of bands and get to know a ton of musicians and venues and get lots of connections. And he's, during COVID or right before COVID, they're like, hey, in 2020, we should renew this. It's been 20 years. Let's do 4 more years of Furnace Fest, just 4 years like 20 years ago, and make them really fun 4 years. The other people involved weren't from that, Christian scene, but all of his connections were, on Solid State and Tooth and Nail, which used to be Christian only, right? Kind of thing. And then COVID happened. It got pushed a year. So instead of 2000 to 2003 to now, 2020 to 2023, it was 2021 to 2024. So it's 4 years. And
so it's already run the 4 years.
Yep, it's over. And so what's cool about the festival is that you got half the bands, maybe less than half, are like these Christian bands from 20 years ago that are getting back together. Haste the Day got back together. There's just tons of bands. They just got back together for this one show, and some of them stuck around and they're like, "Hey, let's keep doing this." Like they went well.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the bands or more are secular, which is fine. And so it made it easy to line up all the shows. Because it's like, hey, if Sleeper's playing over here and Bane is playing over here, like there's a serious divide in fans. There is some crossover, but not nearly as much.
Yeah. It just makes it so you can see the bands you want to see.
Yeah, there's just not nearly as much conflicts like that. Like when Holy Name played, there's another band playing at the same time. I don't remember who it was. Better Lovers, maybe? And so some people were like torn. Or it was Seosin.
Gotcha. Oh.
And so people are like, there were some people that were torn, like, do I go see Seosin? Or do I watch Holy Name, who's never played a live show before?
They never played a live show?
Oh, that was their first one.
That was their first one?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Except for their live in Chicago live stream thing that they did.
Gotcha.
And then they went to Germany this year and played there and did all that. So
they played California this year.
Yeah, yep. I was tempted to go to that. Me and Tyler were.
I would have seen you there, man.
Yeah. All those like random big shows in California were like, just a plane ticket.
I feel like it's not that often though. So.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Furnace Fest is over now, so we're looking for something else.
Was it in Washington?
No, Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, so you flew.
Yep, we flew. And 1 year I stopped in Arkansas with a buddy and drove from there.
Okay.
But the other two other years, I went 3 out of the 4. I flew directly there. Just split rooms with some buddies in an Airbnb or a hotel, and spent a ton of money.
I need to do more festivals, and I need to go to more shows.
Well, yeah, my biggest thing was like, so in 2021, I was like, I can never go. That's so expensive. I can't do that. And they started doing like the list of bands again, and I was already kicking myself because like Stavesacre, one of my favorite bands when I was a kid, was going to play that. They played that first year. And then the second year, they started announcing stuff, and they're like, Maylene and the Sons of Disaster. And I'm like, no way. Dallas is going to play again? Oh, I can't believe I can't see them. And then they announced Blindside flying in from Sweden, and I was like,
I gotta go now.
All right, hon, I have to go. Then I went, and I was like, that wasn't hard. I didn't spend as much money as I thought I would. And so I went again. Then I went again.
Nice.
But anyway, it was a good time. It was a good experience. I really hope whatever happens with that group of people that ran it, I don't know what Furnace Fest is going to turn into. Sounds like they might sell it to someone else and do a Furnace Fest their way. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's just a cool venue too, because it's like an old Sloss furnace. So like it's like an interesting area. There's lots of like metal work stuff everywhere.
So was it indoors or outdoors?
So 2 outdoor stages. One was in the shed, which is literally like, I think a train used to go down it, and then they would put really heavy stuff on, and then the train would go up it.
That sounds
And so
cool, man.
the stage is in the middle of this dip in this shed.
Okay.
And so if you're standing up in the shed, it's all downhill, and so you can always see the stage. But then the mosh pit is like this small flat area
Okay.
that's leveled out. And so I don't know,
That's cool.
it's an awesome experience. It's an amazing venue. But
Very cool. I'm jealous.
so anyway, back to the episode. One last song. This is our encore section. So this is usually where we pick a song from patrons. And since I haven't posted in forever to get new songs, I just posted like today. And we got lots of suggestions, but I'm letting those pile up for next time with Tyler. And instead, Jordan brought a song for us to do. And he chose As Lions and Lambs, deathcore band. And he chose the song Hate Speech.
So yeah, I discovered these guys maybe 4 months ago, and I wish they would continue putting out music. I'm not sure what their status is currently.
I kind of know their status.
Last I checked, Kingdom Core posted something that they're going to release something this year, and this year's almost gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good point. I know their original vocalist left, and he joined another band called Drowning in My Fear,
okay.
something like that. And then they got a new vocalist, and I know he's still posting like stuff on Instagram of him like riding in the car screaming along to stuff. So he's still on social media and stuff and has a presence. But yeah, since they said, hey, here's our new vocalist, everyone welcome him, and he's like wearing a windbreaker like everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it's been like a year now, probably. So I like to think that they're working on stuff, but yeah, I found them, I don't know, they probably sent us a song on Instagram a long time ago and said, hey, we're a new deathcore band, check this out. And we were like, dude, this is so good. But everyone was like, it's no Lorna Shore, you know.
Man.
But it's so different than Lorna Shore. It's not.
Yes.
It's so different.
It's not symphonic. It's what got me excited is, so my band's full length. It's going to be a 10-song album, and I find a lot of stylistic similarities in this EP that they put out. So I love it. This song, Hate Speech, it's so heavy. I love the vocals. It's very dynamic. It's very like you just feel the emotions. The vocalist is great at projecting what feelings he wants you to feel through, you know, all of his stylistic choices on how he does things. It's phenomenal. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, let's get it started.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we made a reel of this, of like a car crash or something
Yeah.
for right before the breakdown. So like it's like a mail driver, just a mailman driving his little van or his little, you know, whatever that car is. And out of nowhere just swerves hard and drives into a building. And so we put that right when the drop happens. But
Nice.
that was years ago.
This guy's got great range too.
This dropped in 2020, dude. This one's got lyrics.
It does?
Yeah, their band photo posted on Spotify has the new singer in it.
Mm-hmm.
He's the dude with the beard, right?
I think so.
Beard very similar to mine.
Man, you got the best beard genetics.
Just won the lottery. I grew it myself, you know. Where are these guys from?
I have no idea.
Gotta be, what's it called? Pennsylvania? Same place as August Burns Red in Texas in July?
Okay.
Why can't I remember the name of that?
Sacrosanct Records. I butchered that.
Lancaster.
Scully Squad.
Here we go. I love that. So good.
So heavy. Yeah, I wish I would have been able to see these guys live.
What's interesting, so, you know, we just listened to Hate Speech, the single, but they also have Hate Speech on the EP, Misery Season, but it must not be linked to the same song because they have different play counts.
Oh, really?
They could have made a bigger number if they linked those IDs.
That's one thing that I was kind of bummed because we had Revelation out, but it was a legitimate different version. So, like, I would have liked to combine those play numbers, but they're different.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking about your album, we were like, this song is so different than the rest of the EP because it was like written, or no, one of the songs was written newer than all the others, right?
Yes, Calloused was the fully original, didn't reuse anything from our old band from way back in the day. And that was the newest one.
Yes.
All right.
Dang. So that's the Encore. That's as Lions and Lambs. Check them out. Deathcore. I wouldn't call them symphonic. They're more like just really crazy breakdown, stop all the music and just get real sludgy. But
yeah. Good stuff.
So before I hang up the phone and say bye and tell everyone to have a great week and support us and yada yada, I wanted to check in with your band, which we've been hinting at. You have a full length coming sometime. Like what's the news?
Lord willing, next year.
Okay.
We'll see. We are finalizing up one song to get shipped off for mixing and mastering. We want to have a few music videos to go along with our first single release, so depending on like logistics and like cost for things, you know, that's kind of what's going to hold stuff up ultimately. Is it always comes down to time and money. But I have a lot of plans and a lot of things I want to do. I want to start playing shows. I want to do a lot of stuff, but music video and single is going to be priority one to get out. And then, so 10-song album in the works. It's all written and everything. It's just, getting the polish done to it before anything starts leaking out.
Who's mixing it for you?
So we are not fully decided. We are very happy with the work that Ryan Latrue did on our EP. but it's very expensive. So double the amount of songs.
Hey, he's got like triplets, right? He's got a lot of mouths to feed.
Yep, he does. I mean, I'm not disputing his cost. I mean, he's worth every penny. I think what we're doing is my guitarist down LA. He has a buddy who works in, mixing and mastering songs. He showed us some like samples of some metal stuff that he's done, and it sounds pretty good. So we're gonna give him a shot with our first single and see how that turns out. And if we're happy with it, then we'll probably continue and do that whole EP. If not, then we'll reevaluate. Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll
get a second job
going with Ryan.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It would be sick to go with Ryan again, but we are not fully committed to anybody just yet.
Cool. Well, Tyler and I are super excited, and we'll always support you guys. So
really
maybe when you release your single, we'll have you on again, and Tyler can not be sick this time, and he can join us. Yeah, we can party. It'd be a lot of fun.
I hope you're feeling a little better, Tyler. Hopefully it's not COVID.
Yeah. What's a little COVID? Everyone's got it.
Everyone's got it.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for listening. If you like what we're doing, become a patron. Join us on there and follow us on Spotify. Check out Immortal Construct. Also check out Unworthy, Jordan's awesome shirt.
I am wearing an Unworthy shirt sent to me by Jordan himself, not me.
The other Jordan
in Unworthy.
There's a lot of
support
Jordans.
them. They're sick.
Yep. Thanks everyone. Have a great week.
Thank you for listening.